That is my face on a fighting game character and it actually looks insane. Now I built this entire interactive game using only two tools, Claude Fable 5 and Higgsfield App Builder, and honestly it feels illegal how amazing it actually turned out. Here's the thing though, getting a photo to become a fighting character that actually looks right, faces the right angle, matches the fight, does the right action sequence, does the right response as per the villain, that's not a given. That's you being able to actually prompt engineer, communicate with AI constantly. So let me show you exactly in this particular video on how to use Claude Fable 5 and Higgsfield App Builder to create your very own app and game like this in literally 10 minutes. Step number one is very simple. You're going to connect Higgsfield MCP to Claude, and all you got to do is go to customize, hit connector, put in the specific link which you see on the screen. I'm also going to leave it in the description, and kaboom, that's how you connect Higgsfield MCP to Claude. Now this step is important if you're using Claude Fable 5 to build an app with Higgsfield. So it's pretty much going to communicate with one another to do what needs to be done. So it only takes a couple of minutes as you saw, and it's literally very straightforward. Step number two, before even touching Fable 5, I planned the entire game inside Claude using Sonnet. And the reason I use Sonnet is because it's cheaper on tokens and planning doesn't need the heavier model because we're not really executing, implementing, or building anything outright. So I'm trying to preserve on my usage credits on Higgsfield so I do not get anything wrong with the right prompting, and I'm trying to save on my tokens. So this planning and entire process workflow will pretty much involve the screens, the logic, the game win and lose stats, all mapped out before a single asset ever gets built with Claude Fable 5 and Higgsfield MCP. So that plan is actually what's going to get handed to Fable 5 next. Now step number three, I pretty much saved that plan as an empty file, and now there are two ways you can actually go about moving forward. You can either use Claude Fable 5 and Higgsfield MCP to build everything inside Claude itself, and that's going to literally burn through your usage of Claude Fable 5. But I tested both versions and I honestly found it much smoother and efficient to build the app inside Higgsfield itself in the app builder, which you can see on the screen, using the prompt and instructions from Claude. And this makes editing and every single communication for tweaking and launching the app and deploying the website much more efficient and much more quicker. I tested both versions when I created this app. Claude Fable 5 was not being able to communicate with Higgsfield as well and do what I wanted to do, but building the app with the instructions from Claude inside Higgsfield was much more efficient and better. So all I did was save the plan as an empty file, dropped it into Higgsfield App Studio and hit run. Now 15 to 20 minutes later, the first version was live, as you can see on the screen. There were a couple of minor flaws. So initially in the first build, as soon as I dropped in my avatar to replace the face and put my face inside the game, the villain was not facing my avatar, it was facing the other side, so both of them were not opposing each other, so it was not really a duel or a conflict, not really a battle. And second, the actions were not really taking place as per the button. So if I would press X to attack, it would just like move forward and not really follow the right instructions. Also, when I would click enter the arena, nothing would actually happen, so I had to take a screenshot, put that back into Higgsfield, a supercomputer and the app builder, and let it mention the problem and let it fix the issue. So it took me at least 3 tweaks to make everything accurate, which you can see on the screen right now. This is the great, accurate and finalized version, which I'm about to publish inside the app contest, which is taking place in a few days. So the game is very simple to play. Here's what it is. So I call it Prompt Fighters. All you got to do is upload a photo of yourself. Nano Banana turns it into your character. You pick your arena, you pick your fighting style, and you're in. Then you literally fight, and you can also prompt a super cool KO move in order to finish the bad guy. So as you can see, it's quite playable. It's quite amazing. Literally took 15 minutes, only 3 to 4 steps. Connect Claude to Higgsfield MCP, get the right instructions, map the workflow, do the whole process mapping using Sonnet, and then put the instructions as an empty file into the app builder, and kaboom, make the minor tweaks as required. It takes roughly 3 to 5 tweaks, and that's it. That's your app, that's your game. So you can literally build anything you want. I went with the game. I hope this tutorial was helpful for you guys, and go ahead and check out the game. I linked it in the description below. Try playing it, it's pretty cool honestly, and I'll see you guys in next time's video. Cheers.